had such a good response from the last two videos, and I think that sharing at a time like this in memory of Erica, you don't have to do anything. That's the thing. Erica was a joy to be around. She made people laugh. We drew, we colored, we went to downtown Pittsburgh. That was a big deal. And we really miss Erica a lot. The best way to remember Erica is to keep going, because that's what she wanted for the kids that she worked with at Children's Hospital. And if you would like to draw, if you would like to do something, Friday, September 4th, we set that time aside at noon, right around lunchtime, to draw pictures or post it on your refrigerator or put it on Facebook. Right now, though, we're going to talk about the audio series on healing from child abuse, and I think that's appropriate for those of you who know that there are people still who have been impacted by child neglect, abandonment, and abuse. Everything from food to clothes, necessities, to poverty. One of the biggest problems regarding child abuse is poverty. It's adequate housing, adequate ventilation, a proper carpet, proper cleaning utensils. Those are things that are going to come up as we talk about, what is proper when you go into a house. They do inspections now because of the extensive abuse, and properties now are oftentimes shut down because of alcohol or drug abuse. So they're going to look for things when they go through a walkthrough, and so far we've gotten some pretty good improving results. Laundry, just things have to be in order. Home has to be in order. So whenever we go through this recovery and we share with you in this audio series, there are several things that will come up, and I know that a lot of you probably are not. If you're not familiar with June Hunt, she has a radio program late at night. It's called Hope in the Night, and I've been on air, and I will be on air again, and we will be talking about the same topics, mostly recovery related. So let's go into domestic violence healing, how domestic violence impacts your children, you, and your community.
Welcome. Hope for the Heart presents June Hunt, sharing one of her Heart of the Matter series. We pray that this resource will bring you biblical hope and practical help, or that it will help you help others facing struggles in this area of life. Now let's listen.
The mountain. Of all God's creations, none is more identified with enduring beauty. The mountain represents peace and calm, a metaphor for substance, strength, solidity. Whether we see its majestic outline silhouetted against a distant horizon, or stand in the valley looking up in awe at its towering heights, or even if we find a challenge in trying to scale the peak, and learn that its verdant cloak conceals a rugged, rocky face, the mountain will always remain one of our favorite symbols of grandeur and majesty.
5:05 p.m.
Okay, we're right over the mountain right now, and the seismologists are definitely right. Something's going on down there. I don't see lava or any movement, but some trees have been displaced along the crater's edge.
11:55 p.m.
Wait, John says he just saw some shifting near the core. If there's anybody left on the mountain, they need to be evacuated ASAP. Got that? Tell the ranger to verify that all residents and campers are out of there.
2:11 a.m.
More movement. Now we can see a glow from inside the crater.
8:40 a.m.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? God help anyone that's still on that mountain.
Like a volcano, abuse doesn't start with a sudden outburst of physical force, but rather with intense internal pressure in need of an outlet. Abusive patterns develop in 3 stages that are cyclical, becoming increasingly violent. Family members who fall victim to these patterns feel traumatized by the mere anticipation of a violent eruption. Every time a volcano erupts, we're reminded that people, sometimes entire communities, live nearby. Sometimes on the very mountain itself, living with the constant potential of a disastrous volcanic eruption. So it is with an abuser, and the escalating nature of abuse is rarely curbed without intervention and accountability. The cycle of abuse typically begins with an environment of tension and anxiety. The husband communicates his dissatisfaction over some
And we'll be back for part 2 of this program.
abuse to maintain passive psych